Hi everybody! Oh my gosh, don't look at my hands. Welcome back to my channel. It has been a minute. I'm just gonna be totally honest. I have been able to film a YouTube video for a few weeks now, but I have been procrastinating it and neglecting it because here's how my mind works. If it's been a minute since I've talked to someone or posted something on somewhere, I need my comeback, if you will, to be like perfect, like the best of the best. Like if I haven't responded to someone's text in a while, I keep waiting and waiting until I feel like the time is perfect to finally respond to them or finally FaceTime them. And I like create like this whole idea of how I'm gonna talk, what I'm gonna say, like where I'm gonna be, how I'm gonna look. It has to be like perfect for me to like finally FaceTime them back, or I have to like construct the right text. My mind has to be in the right spot to be able to like respond to them. Same idea goes into posting again on YouTube. And so I've been like waiting for the time that it felt completely right, and I had a really awesome video idea, but I'm sick of it. I'm trying to overcome that weird block that I've created subconsciously. I'm now conscious of it, so I can actually do something about it to like change that. So here I am trying to change this. I did self-tanner yesterday, clearly, and it's really bad. I'm not wearing any makeup. I have been rotting in my bed with Miss Kiki for a good 5 hours, and I finally got the very strong urge to just sit down and film for YouTube, and I'm so happy that I did, that I'm actually sitting here talking to my camera. It's really not that big of a deal, and I know that, but she thinks it's just a huge deal, you know? But I thought for my first video back, we would do a little catch up. I love a good sit down video. It gives very OG YouTube vibes. I don't even know where to start. First of all, I have been kind of on my grind on TikTok and kind of on Instagram as well. Definitely on Snapchat. If you don't follow me on Snapchat, I post so much on Snapchat. So if you want to stay up to date with my like day-to-day life, check out my Snapchat and my TikTok. My Instagram's fun too. Anyway, the hands are just, oh my gosh, this is also my first video of 2024. Let's talk about like my goals for my YouTube channel this year, 2024. I just want to be totally me. I want to be Summer Dunn. You know me as Summer Mckeen. That's actually my first and middle name. My full name is Summer Mckeen Dunn. If you didn't know, now you know. Because I have grown up on the internet and with this platform and everything, and with the name Summer Mckeen, I kind of see Summer Mckeen and Summer Dunn as two different people, and they still have like their boundaries. They don't share everything. I mean, okay, I want to say they're very different people. They're really not that different. It's just clearly Summer Dunn has like personal things that she keeps to herself, and Summer Mckeen just has boundaries with what personal things she shares. And she's maybe a little more energetic. She tries a little harder than Summer Dunn. But what I mean by I want to mesh the two for 2024 YouTube channel, I don't want to be as like manicured. I'm trying to like bust through my perfectionism. I'm trying to take the good parts of my perfectionism and use those and leave the unfortunate, annoying parts over there. So I don't know if that made any sense, but I want my YouTube videos to feel like we're FaceTiming. We're just besties. We're hanging out. Vlogs will be happening. Let's talk about LA and how it's been since I have moved here. First of all, I said my next video back on the YouTube would be an apartment tour. That will not be the case because I need to finish some parts of my apartment first. I've been living in it and it's cute, but it's not entirely what I want it to be still. I mean, it's always a work in progress, but there's like certain things that I've got to do. I really love my apartment. I really love where I live. I feel so safe and cozy and comfortable. This apartment is the perfect size. If you watched my move-in vlogs at all, you know that when I first moved in, there were cockroaches. I've only seen 2 since I moved in. I do have all of the little cockroach catcher things around my house. I can't even talk about it. And I don't know if that's the reason I haven't seen any cockroaches, or if it's just because it's the winter time and they're gonna come out in the summertime, because that's what I've heard. Very scared of that, but I just wanted to update you on the cockroach situation. It's really very minor. Only 2. One of them was small and it was flipped over dead on my kitchen countertop when I woke up in the morning. The other one was very large and it scurried from my bathroom into the kitchen underneath the fridge. And I sprayed that little guy so hard, and he may still be under the fridge. I don't know. I don't want to think about it. I try not to think about it. Another thing, there are so many spiders in this gym. Last night I found a spider literally right there, and I tried killing it and it scurried away before I could kill it. I don't know where it went. I see a lot of spiders and some other species of bugs, but I try to see it as I'm one with nature. I'm living with the natures. of it all. I do have a lot of plants around the establishment. They're so beautiful. Every morning I wake up, I look out the window and there's palm trees and green plants and it makes me so happy. So it's like, you know, give and take. Bugs like plants. I like plants. We can share. We can coexist. So that's really awesome for us. Quickly, let me touch on the podcast. We haven't talked about the podcast at all. If you don't know, my sister Brie and I have a podcast. It's called Just Kidding, Never Mind. And we made a little clothing brand called JKNVM off of that. We only did one drop. Here's the thing, we had a lot of plans, of course, as you do. Not everything always works out. That's life, that's how it goes. But essentially, the decision to move to LA happened, I don't want to say abruptly, but somewhat abruptly. It kind of happened all at once. The decision was made, the apartment was found, and then a few months later, here I was. And so we tried to plan to continue on the Just Kidding, Never Mind podcast and the clothing line and everything. The clothing line is a different story. It was a fun thing to try out, but Brie and I weren't obsessed with it, so we're like, whatever. And then the clothing company that was helping us was also like, So that's that, but if you got something from JKNVM, that's actually so amazing. It makes me so happy. And Brie as well. Anyway, but the podcast, we were like, okay, before I move, we're gonna batch a bunch of episodes so that we can kind of buy some time while I move and get situated, and then she can fly out here and record. I can fly out to Utah, we can record, and we can Zoom and record. So we can make this work. Brie got a boyfriend. Brie got a full-time job. And summer has been so busy with so many things. I've been taking some trips. I have been going to so many freaking events. I did not expect myself to go to so many events. Like, there's always something happening with some brand out here, and I knew this, but oh my gosh, it's like, just, there are so many. It's hard to say no when it's like your favorite brand and you know it's gonna be a fun time. And you can network there, you can meet the people behind the scenes of the brand, and it's just good. It's good to go to events. I've been going to a lot of events, but that's not the main thing that's been preoccupying my time. I was on the hunt for a new management. I found one after months, and she has been so freaking awesome. She's based out of Canada, and she's just so cool. Shout out Emma. Hey girl, I love you. I feel so lucky to have found you, and she's been so awesome. Like, I'm so glad that I left my management, had time to just do my own thing, and then found the right management for the right time, you know? Really good vibes there. So I've been getting some jobs. I've been so social. Like, actually, I was just having a conversation with my friends the other day when we were at Disneyland for Hope's birthday, and I was like, hey girls, I genuinely love you so much. I haven't had a girlfriend group that I feel like I can truly fully be myself in, and I can have so much fun in, and I can trust the girls. I haven't had that since like maybe high school. I don't even know if I had it in high school though. I don't think I did. Middle school. But middle school, you're literally a child. I don't know. Maybe I've never had this in my life. Girl friendships, and I don't want to sound like a pick-me, and I don't want to sound like a walking red flag, but for some reason, girl friendships have always been something that's kind of hard for me. That's just a fact of my life. I don't know why that is. I mean, friendships in general have kind of been interesting for me to navigate. I think it's the mix of my lifestyle being like fully dedicated to this kind of stuff and not really having that in common with a lot of people, as well as me being an introvert and being totally okay not hanging out with people. But what I'm saying here is I've actually found these girls that I look forward to hanging out with, and I look forward to seeing, and I confide in, and this is something that's new for me. Oh my gosh. I'm PMSing, so I'm kind of emotional. I was scrolling on TikTok and I watched this video of this little boy giving a speech at his sister's wedding, and he was crying, and I started crying. And then, oh my gosh, I used the old filter that like makes your face look old, and I looked exactly like my mom, and it made me cry. And having this realization that I have like really true friends, it hits me. It hits me in a very good way. You make me wanna cry in a good way. That's me right now. Yeah, I've been like the busiest that I have been in so long. I've been the most social that I've probably ever been. I love it here. I really, really love it here. And that's also another thing that's really big to say, because I was very scared to move here, honestly. I tried to play it cool because I didn't want to freak myself out, but I was really scared to move here. It's been all that I could have asked for and more. Like, I'm really happy. happy. I'm really happy, and I'm so blessed and like thankful to be able to say that. Oh my gosh. I've even been going to church here more than I ever did in Utah, and that's like a personal decision, and I think that's a really big deal when you take your spirituality fully into your own hand. That's been a very like adult self-discovery feeling for me. That's been really great. I've been also experimenting with my personal style so much more because I feel like I can out here. Everyone wears whatever they want and people don't really like think twice about it. Self-expression in like every way and creativity in every way is just so welcomed out here. Of course, it's Los Angeles, so that's been really fun to like get to know myself better. My battery died and now this battery's gonna die. Anyway, putting on outfits that I love and feel good in and actually stepping out into the world wearing them is actually like such an amazing practice of like self-love and self-discovery, and that's been awesome too. Cherry on top of all of this, I get to drive to the beach whenever I want. I get to surf if I want to. Oh my gosh. I don't know how I'm ever gonna move back to Utah. I don't know if I will be able to. Literally the only reason that I miss Utah is because my family lives there. And of course some of my friends. I love the people that I hung out with in Utah as well. Oh my gosh, actually Timmy and Johnny, who you may remember, they've been in a couple YouTube videos. They just moved out here with also my friends Kellen and Aaron and Josiah and Olivia. So and my friend Maddie moved out here. So like actually a bunch of Utah people have moved out here. They just moved here, and it's really cool because those were my people when I was in Utah, and they showed me around Utah and made me feel good, and now I can do that for them here, which is really, really cool. Oh my gosh, I never like finished the podcast explanation. At this moment, we are putting it on pause. At least we're gonna figure out if it's something that we want to keep doing. It's not really looking like we want to right now just because it doesn't really make sense with our lives anymore. We are so glad we did do it because it strengthened our relationship so much and got us to a point in our like friendship that has been amazing. Bree's my best friend, will always be my best friend, and the podcast like really helped with that, and I know a lot of you guys enjoyed the podcast, and that makes me really, really happy, and Bree as well. And every time someone says something about the podcast, it like makes my heart sing. I had to switch cameras because it died, and I'm just gonna hold this. I don't think you guys understand how much it means to me. Like you'd think it would kind of like maybe like dwindle a bit, like the value of someone saying that, because I've been doing it for 10 years. I mean, I hope not, but you know what I mean, like just naturally. It hasn't at all. It's maintained the same amount of weight on my heart. Like it means a lot to me whenever I hear that you enjoy whatever it is I create, like whatever it is. It makes me really, really happy, and it's a huge reason why I continue to do it. I enjoy it, but it's you that makes me enjoy it so much more. And I don't know if I would be sitting here if it weren't for your guys' like comments and DMs saying that you miss my YouTube videos and stuff like that. Like, thank you. You're the reason that I'm doing this right now. I just got really hot. Sorry, last update. Acting, have yet to go to an acting class. I've also been procrastinating that, and I can't really put my finger on why. Part of it is that acting classes are fucking expensive, so that is something, but also that's literally like freaking 75% of the reason why I moved out here. So hello, it's an investment. I need to do that. I need to do that, but I might also just try to find an acting agency and then sign with an agent and do self-tapes just before I find an acting class. I don't know. That's the update on that. I literally every time I go out, I go to an event, I go do anything where I'm meeting new people, I talk about acting and I ask everyone what acting class they go to. Literally everyone is in an acting class. Your favorite social media person, influencer, is probably in an acting class. Like there are so many people out here that I start talking about acting and they're like, oh yeah, I'm in an acting class and blah blah blah, and I'm like, what? I didn't even know you wanted to act. And they're like, yeah, just do it, just like to do it. So I guess that's a vibe out here that no one's talking about. Better believe when I get on the bandwagon of acting classes, I will be talking about it. I'm gonna make the most content that I can about it. I will not be able to film the acting class, but I can definitely talk about it and do things with it. That's it. I'm gonna retreat back to my bed and now edit this. I love you to the moon and back and beyond, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.